thoughts, sanga dosha. Or you can say that sanga itself is dosha. That the idea of attachment itself is a dosha purnaha. So one who has become, who has transcended this, who has gone beyond this, that person, and also who is rooted always in spirituality, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kamaha, that he has very squarely, very comprehensively retired his desires. Vinivritta kamaha, nivritta kama, meaning that he does not further entertain desires. Vinivritta kama. Dandvair vimukta, such a person who has gone beyond these dualities. Which kind of dualities? Sukha dukkha samjnaihi, known as or dualities of the nature of sukha and dukkha, who are known by these two saujñas, by this nomenclature, sukha and dukkha, happiness and misery. And this person gachanti amudhaha, that this person is really intelligent, he is not mudha, he is not, his mind is not robbed by this moha. Gachanti amudhaha. Where does he go? Gachanti means he goes. Where does he go? Padam avyayam tat. That avyaya padam. That again this word avyaya denotes that state of something beyond the changes. Where do changes occur? Changes occur in the world of materiality. So everything which is observable by the senses, which can be experienced by the mind, everything is subject to change. This is all evanescent world, changeful world. This is samsara, sthula and sukshma. Sthula is this gross physical samsara that is also subject to change. And also, or everything within your mind, your dreams, your memories, your hopes, everything which falls within the ambit of mind, everything is samsara only. It is all subject to change. It is there. Now you are very intelligent. After some age, you will become dull. So everything is subject to change. So we all be mindful of that, and everything, this is samsara. So this is vayam. This is not avyayam. That this can be spent. This is expendable. This has kshaya. This is not akshaya. This can erode. This can deteriorate. This can diminish. This is not avyaya. This is fragmented. There is differentiation. In avyaya, there is no differentiation. It is one. There exists nothing without it. So therefore, nothing affects it. Nothing have any influence over it. Therefore, it always remains whatever it is. So that padam, that state is avyaya. That is the true nature of the being. That is also referred, Bhagavan referred it also, that is Purusha, that is like personifying as if it is as a personal God, Adi Purusha. Tame vacha adyam purusham prapadde, I surrender to that Purusha. I prostrate before that Purusha, that Bhagavan, that Lord, that God Purusha. Again referring to the same reality by saying another name, by referring it or putting it in different words, things do not change. They do not change. So in one breath, Bhagavan is saying using the word state, and in another word he using the word Purusha. Prapadde, as if he is doing bhakti, he is surrendering, as if it is some person. So this is the beauty of the Hindu mind. Even that greatest impersonal principle, he is so poetic. Hindu is poetic, and he wants to colorize it in his personal attributes, and that's why Bhagavan uses the word prapadde, I surrender. Do we say, suppose your some machines are not working? Do you pray? Many times you do. That, hey Bhagwan, aaj ke din chal ja. There was on the internet there are many funny pics and now these reels and shorts. One picture I had seen. So there was a huge this server, internet server. So like in big companies or big establishment where there are thousands of computers probably, and so many this one wires, cables, etc. They are going on. It is gigantic and mind-boggling thing. And there this Chinese guy, he is standing before it with its folded hand, and there is a caption written below. That system administrator before going on long weekend. Do you understand that? That yes, we pray to even insentient thing. We know that it doesn't listen to your prayer, but that is the human soul. That is the humankind. We like to. That is our very natural expression. It says, "Oh God, please work for the day. Please save my day. Please take me through the day." We say like that. And here, noting down exactly to fulfill that call, that very intrinsic and very natural urge of human beings. Bhagavan uses this word. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadde yatah pravrutti prasuta purani. So, this is the, and that state, it shows that na tadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha, meaning that it is not some state, some location, something which is very far. He is not referring to any physical location. That's why this word, na tad bhasayate suryo, this sun does not shine there, not even moon, and not even fire. So even it is not man-made thing, it is not celestial thing, it is not some geographical location which have any coordinates. Again, he repeats the word yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Now you see, once he was talking of the state, then he personifies it, and now he identifies himself with that. By going where you do not return, and he says tad dhama paramam, and he uses this word that that is my home, tad dhama paramam, that highest place is my home, dhama paramam, that highest place is my home. So he is now that ecstatic state, that he doesn't identify himself as the Krishna, the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. That though he has that faint sense of this embodiment, that's why using the word home, that is my home, dhama, but again he finds that so absorbing and that great pull of that consciousness within, he is identifying himself to it. Tadhama paramam, that is my true home. Thenceforth I came down. I am that being. I am not this flesh and bones. And then from that state he is saying that he is that Vishwatma, he is that Ishvara Purusha, from whom whole this creation has ensued, come into existence. Now, from that sense, he is speaking, Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manashasthani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karsha. That it is again the my spark, that my fraction only, which in this Jiva Loka, in this world, has become the individual soul, Jiva Bhuta. Again, being that my spark, that is Sanatanaha, that is not perishable, that is not perishable, that is eternal one, that spark, that's me in every sentient being or in every part, every particle of this creation. Even this whole creation has come from me, and I have become soul of every speck of dust of this creation. Here, especially in the beings, in the living creations, and especially in human beings, what is happening? Manashasthani, Indriyani. So Indriyas are five, and then sixth Indriya as if the mind. So Manashasthani, sixth Indriyani, Prakriti Sthani Karshati. That soul, that immortal, imperishable, eternal part of mind, that fraction of mind, what being seated in the Prakriti, it is drawing towards itself these Indriyas and Mana, these Panchendriyas and this sixth Mana. This it is drawing, and here Madhusudan Saraswati he adds, or Shankaracharya adds, yes, Shankaracharya adds here. When does he do that? Then the 8th verse comes. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati shvarah gruhitvaitani sanyati vayurgandha nivashayat. So, though Bhagavan Shankaracharya connects it to the next verse, that Atman is constantly drawing this mind and the senses towards itself. It is by the virtue of that life itself. Hello? That individual is functioning and all his senses and his mind operates the way it does what it does. So, but the next verse which describes this, the process of transmigration from one body to another. So Shankaracharya connects it. And what is being said in that verse? That whenever this Ishvara, who is seated within you, within an individual, when it is taking a new shariram yat avapnoti, when it takes a new body, or yat cha yat api utkramati, when it is giving up this body, when it is transmigrating to another body. So, what does he do? Gruhitva etani sanyati. So, collecting these six, all six, that is Panchendriyas, your Jnanendriyas, and your mind, these Indriyas and mind. It collects and Sayyati goes. Sayyati, yati means gamana, gacchati, goes. Sayyati, it is Sayyati means he goes for all, that he doesn't return to that body again. That is the meaning. So he is permanently living that body. So you are living from your home, morning you go, evening you come, but you are living that apartment, so you are living forever. You are not coming back to that apartment again. So when the death occurs, this Jiva, which is the Ansha of that Paramatma, of that Ishvara, he collects, he gathers these Indriyas and Mana, and he leaves that home, that abode, that body forever. And then these simile, this analogy is used. Vayur gandha nivashaya. Vayur gandhaniva ashayat. Gandhan iva ashayat. Iva means as if. How does he go? As the wind collects the odors from its receptacles or from its sources. So there would be beautiful fragrance along with the flowers. So if wind, any breeze is coming over it, it will carry that fragrance. And if there would be some rotten things along the way, it will also carry that pungent smell along with it from its sources. So this analogy as if is given how the jiva collects these things and leaves the body. Vayurgandha nivashaya. So this is the 8th verse. Until now we had seen. Now the next verse, it says, Shrotram chakshuhu sparshanam cha rasanam dhranam cha adhishthaya manaschayam vishayanupasevate. So here simple meaning, presiding over these indriyas. Shrotram, that is ear, chakshuhu, that is the eyes, sparshanam, the touch, meaning the sparshendriyas, that is the skin, and rasanam, the indriya of the taste, that is your jivha or rasanendriya, and of the smell, that is ghanendriya, or it is your nose. So through this indriyas, there is a wonderful concept here. In Vedanta, they say that what you call as the sense organs, these 5 sense organs, like your eyes, ears, your tongue, your skin, your nose. So Vedanta, when they want to very particularly refer to indriyas, they do not call these as indriyas. Indriyas are instruments, instruments of knowledge, and they do not call these as instruments of knowledge. They do not call these things as organs of senses. Rather, they use the word indriya dwara, the doors of these instruments, that from which this data is collected. They are indriya dwara. So your nose is not your ghanendriya, it is not the organ of the sense of smell. So where is the organ? It is lies inside within. So to speak in the context of present day biology, that even if your nose is intact, if in an accident, which is the center in your brain, which is related to this cognition of sense of smell or sight, if it is impaired, if it is damaged, then what will happen? Though your eyes, so to say, are intact, unaffected, but you will not be able to see, or your vision would be affected that way. So also any of your senses. So now sense organs, Vedantin says that is something within. They say it is situated in the mind. So this jiva, this fragment, this ansha of Ishvara, Paramatma, ansha of this Paramatma. So it commands over all those senses, these organs, and also of the mind for their functioning. And it is the enjoyer of all the data, all the knowledge it gives that input. He is upasevate, that he is the bhokta. He is the consumer, ultimate consumer of all this data. Presiding over the ear, the eye, the touch, the taste, and the smell, as also the mind, he experiences objects. He is the ultimate consumer of this. How does he consume? So this is to be understood very well. And now there is a that comes later. We will not take that in this in today's class. So this is to be understood. How does it consume? That the Atman, which is of the nature of pure consciousness, where this duality does not exist, materiality does not exist, relativity does not exist, how does it consume the objects? Now this is to be understood. So the example of computers is probably very nice for us, and by which we will be able to understand this subject nicely. So see what is happening on a computer. There is a screen, and you have some instrument that is called as your keyboard and mouse, where input is given. And you see lot many things. There could be a simple Excel sheet or Word where you are writing or putting in some numbers, and probably this whatever you are producing, or there is a picture you are editing or music, it has its quality or whatever. Now computer does not understand it the way you are reacting to it. Suppose you are trying to compose something and you are very irritated, and you become very angry that you might have seen many such videos, that person he's taking that keyboard and thrashing that monitor. That monitor, or that even that your CPU or even your keyboard doesn't understand. That whole knowledge lies within you. What you are trying to compose, what you are trying to write, maybe it's a poetry, maybe it's a letter, and maybe it is not coming out. You are totally frustrated and you take your ire upon it. That's all right, you take your ire upon it. But the computer, that PC, that machine itself, dead to it, it doesn't understand anything. There is this keyboard. When you press a particular kind of key which is mapped there to the processor, which this voltage passes, it gets the message that this particular key is pressed. Then that processor processes that and again sends a signal back to this monitor how it is to be displayed. If you press A, and then it shows on the display, which is then again that LED, that there are multiple diodes, and how it is to be shown in color, in a format, where it has to be blank and where it has to show the light. That much is the computer. So there, when you send an input, you can refer there on the screen that this input has been given, and computer is processing in a totally different way. It has only configured when we say lower level language, the machine language, hardware language. So there is a computer program, they are called as higher language. But these higher level languages, they interact with the hardware itself in a lower level language, where that program is first, that machine is taught that how you will treat this data, which will come in the form of 1 or 0 binaries. 1 is the signal, that voltage is there. 0, that signal is not there. Now from this example, How we can correlate to this subject? That you see something, that something is happening in your external world, any external data, that you touch something. Okay, now that is hot, and immediately your reflexes work because hot is something dangerous for you. You are not supposed to. It is beyond the permissible limit. You are shocked. In reflexes, you take your hand back. How is this happening? Because your machine is drilled into this experience. If there is sufficiently warmer, you do not react as a shock, because that is within permissible limit. How something has reacted? Because there is your nervous system, there is a part of the nervous system. Without your deliberation, as soon as that input is received, it is for your own self-protection, it reacts, it responds that way. Otherwise, your survival will come into jeopardy. So what input comes through your different senses? Now, as if you are looking on the screen, you see it that way. You are interpreting in this, the world, how you see it, how you experience it. Your senses, your nervous system, for them it is just a signal. It's just a signal. Chemicals and voltages. That's all. Your different reaction. So there are voltages and there are chemicals. So this is on the material, on just little subtle level, little complex level. When it goes to your mind, when it goes to the level of the spirit, it doesn't mean anything. It is spirit experiences spirit only. That's how it is. Vishayan upasevate. Your Atman is not thinking, oh, nice, sweet. Atman is not thinking in this term. This is your reaction. Oh, this fellow, my friend, has come long time. Happiness. Oh, इस आदमी से तो उधार लिया था, ये उधार ही मांगने आया होगा. Run away or something. whatever kind of reaction in the world. Atman is not enjoying or experiencing this thing in this way. Atman abides in Atman alone. There is nothing but consciousness. This is the way of speaking. It doesn't enjoy, this was a nice thing, you do it again. Atman is not thinking on this. This is the gross manifestations of it. These are the secondary, tertiary complexes which are being formed. Atman will deal, consciousness will deal in consciousness only. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmaevatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhi. So, this is the point to be noted. Adhisthaya, superseding, it is not in the sense. This language, though is used, it's poetry. It is to be noted. So it is not telling, oh, here you go, listen, see, something only nice music is coming, listen only that. Don't listen to other disturbances. It doesn't Adhisthaya, presiding over it. Presiding means by its virtue of its presence. By the virtue of the presence of the Atman, these all come into function, come into motion, they come to life as it were. That is the point. Adhisthaya manaschayam vishayan upasevate. Now, this is being said. So, Bhagwan Shankaracharya, he says that in the next verse, here, seated in the body, it upasevate. The next verse says, Utkramantam stitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam Vimudha nanu pashyanti, pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Person who are diversely deluded do not see it, even when it is living or residing in this body or experiencing or in association with the qualities. Those with the eye of knowledge see. This is what is being said. While transmigrating from one body to another or residing in the same or experiencing or when united with the gunas, the deluded do not see him, but those who have the eye of wisdom behold him. Though Atman is nearest and comes most easily within the range of their consciousness in a variety of functions, still all do not see him because of their complete subservience to the sense objects. So, this word Vimudha, Shankaracharya describes is that Vistarena Mudha, that you are deluded in various ways. There is not one reason for you to be called a fool. You are fool in on multiple counts. That kind of person you are. So there is not one reason that you are not able to see him. There are many reasons that you are not able to see. So Shankaracharya, he is, he's a young boy. So Vachaspati Mishra, the great commentator on Shankar Bhashya, so he terms Shankaracharya's language as Prasanna Gambhira. So because he is a pure soul of very young age, that's why his language is that of a child. Prasanna language. It doesn't have complication. It is simple. Yes, Shankaracharya's language is indeed very simple. But it also has that depth, that gravity, Gambhira. Gambhirya is there because of his wisdom and because of his realization. Because he is an extraordinary soul. He is Ishwar Avatar. So that's why his language is Gambhira too. Prasanna Gambhira. And that's why here Shankaracharya Vimudha this. So it could be also said as Visheshena Mudha. So you are not only deluded, you are very particularly deluded. So means there is not that there is a problem, but there is significant problem with you. Vimudha. So what is with the Vimudha? This moha, of which this result is this Budhatvam, is of the nature, it comes out of this tamasa. And this moha, this is what happens in moha. Moha, when moha happens, you get this viparita jnana. That then you will come to think of snake in a rope. So rope is innocuous. It is harmless, but you will see snake. Imagine if you are particularly moodha, this is not only you are moodha, you have a problem, but serious problem with you. What would be that condition? Then you probably can get deluded and can see a rope in a snake. If you see a snake in a rope, probably there is not much harm. You would be little alarmed, and when you bring the light, and probably, okay, that shock and that awe, that surprise will vanish away. Imagine if you consider snake as a rope, you take that and that snake, if it is poisonous, then what will happen? Then game over. Okay. So this is a serious problem. The second problem is very serious problem. Mudha and Vimudha. So what is happening here? He says that in all this stage, this is our, though your everyday living of that Atman experiencing, but in the everyday living also there are instances, there are moments which are spectacular, which are other than ordinary. In that cases, you must become, mindful or successful to observe the Atman, because it is glaring. Suppose there is an individual, a great individual, great Mahatma, great saint, he shows extraordinary compassion or forgiveness or something. There could be any instance. There is a great hero who shows a great valor, great courage, and you see that particularly that yes, Atman is manifesting. So there in your everyday experiences also, and forget about this Utkramantam, when the person is dying or taking birth or taking Utkramantam Sthitam Vapi Bhunjanam, when you are experiencing Va Gunanvitam, when, so it is associated with various gunas, and Shankaracharya says what kind of these qualities? Called happiness, sorrow or delusion, Sukha, Dukkha or Moha. Even when under such conditions, this one means this Atman comes very much within the range of our cognition. Vimudha, the persons who are diversely deluded as a result of their hearts being forcibly attracted by the enjoyments of seen and unseen objects. No, do not. Anupashyanti. They do not see. They do not see this Atman. So, somebody when he is leaving the body, when somebody is dying, Utkaramantam, or when it is within the body in a normal state, it would be very difficult to perceive that Atman. But yes, definitely it is there. If you are awakened to it, you will still see the Atman. Sthitam Vapi Bhunjanam, when it is experiencing. Va Gunanvitam, when it is associated with particular kinds of the qualities. Gunas, the expression, the play of the gunas, that you should be able to note it, you should be able to recognize it, that this is the Atma. This is due to the presence of which everything is happening. This sthiti, even this death, that here Atman is going, living. This body is now just a corpse, nothing existing. Or somebody is experiencing Bhunjanam, Va Gunanvitam, but he says Vimudha Nanupashyanti. That because their minds are robbed by these so many desires for these seen and unseen objects, or what you have got or what you have not gotten. This desire, this person, desires and attachment, what you have got, the attachment for it, what you have not got, the desires for it. Seen and unseen objects, this person doesn't see. But, so Shankaracharya adds to it, and the Lord regrets this, saying, alas, how sorrowful this is. This is Shankaracharya's addition. Again, like a child, he is telling the story. See, the Lord, he is lamenting. Let's see how sorrowful this is. How regretful this is, that Atman is constantly present and you do not note it, you do not observe it. Those others again with Jnana Chakshusha. Chakshu is eyes. Jnana Chakshu, the people who have got these eyes of the knowledge, who have the eye of knowledge. Jnana Chakshu means the scripture supported by reasoning which are the means of the knowledge. So, by the scriptures, by the Guru, and by various ways, who have got this knowledge, who has come to this conviction, open to this enlightenment, who have the insight of understanding, which has arising from the valid means of knowledge. Valid means of knowledge, this is a very, this phrase, it means something. This is not, because Vedanta darshan accept 6 means of knowledge, valid means of knowledge, pramana, they are called as pramana. So Shabda, Pratyaksha, Anumana, these are the first 3. There are again 3. Anupalabdhi, etc. So these 6 are called as valid means of knowledge. So this is what Shankaracharya is referring to, valid means of knowledge. That is those having a clear vision. So these people, they see, they pashyanti, they see this one. This one referring to the Atman. Then, now, I think 5 minutes are there. Yatanto yoginaschainam pashyanti atmani avasthitam yatantopya krutatmano nainam pashyanti chetasaha. Yatantaha. Now, this one, therefore, jnana chakshusha, why it is referred as who have the insight of understanding. Why it is not being said that he has realized, who has the first-hand experience of the truth? This next verse also explains it, because they are not referring to such a person. They are not referring to the Prakruta Jnani who has realized it or realized the ultimate nature of it. So therefore, the people who have this valid means of knowledge, to the Shabda Pramana, etc., from the Shastradhyayana, from the word from the mouth of the Guru, from his own cogitation, who has developed this understanding. So this next verse says, Yatanto yoginaschainam. Yatantaha, the person who is effortful, engaged in constant effort, practice, sadhana, yatantaha. Yata means also niyata, one who is controlling, one who is engaged in this practice of self-control. Yatantaha yoginaha, that person. So such yogi, enam, to this one, pashyanti, they see. How do they see? Atmani avasthitam. They see that this Atman is seated within themselves, within himself, within oneself. Atmani avasthitam. And then he says, Yatan, but there are others, Yatantopya, those who are still practicing or doing this sadhana, though they are doing it, akrutatmanaha. So these people who has not become, Shankaracharya says, describes it, akrutatmanaha, that the non-discriminating ones, who lack self-control, who have not purified organs, who have not desisted from bad conduct, who are not tranquil and are proud by nature. These people are krutatmana. Kruta means which you have done. Atmanha, by you. So this sadhana, what you are doing, it is not superficial. You are built your being by that. That is krutatmana. Or krutatmana, who has not done that. So what you are doing is superficial. It is skin deep. You have not transformed yourself. So simply you will say that I am also reading scripture, but this is not happening to me. I also go to temple, I also do this, that. Not happening. Akrutatmana. That he has not galvanized his whole of self. Krutatmana. Who has gone through this fire. Burned the seeds of those desires and of the pride. This person is Krutatmana. He has made his self. This person, he will see Akrutatmana, he will not see the one who has not become that, who has not gone through that stage. So though he is acting, though he is making efforts, he will not see Achetasaha. This is the word he has used, Bhagavan has used, Achetasaha. He has translated as non-discriminating, one who has not become conscious. Correct? The one who has become conscious of this objective, of this goal, of this truth, that discrimination must become his norm, must become his character. That he will not be faltering on that score. That he has become embodiment of Vivek. He is not mere talking, he is living that. Achetasaha. That Sri Ramakrishna has said that. Manhosh chai, manhosh. That I want a man who is conscious. So meaning that other people are not conscious? Yes. They are not conscious. They are not conscious of the goal. They are only conscious of this material, kernel, objectives of life. So that person is only Chetasa, that person is only conscious, that person is only awakened, who is awakened to this idea, to this truth. And then that reflects in his way of life. He has become Krutatma. The one who has not become, he will not see. This says the 11th verse. So there is little discussion. So we will take break here. From next Sunday, class will be at 5:30. So next Sunday class hoga? Okay. So next Sunday class will be, from next Sunday onward, class will be at 5:30. All right then. We'll take break here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.